Hello everyone, it's me, the true Ploosnar, and today I'm here with my good pal, Sackboy. Say hi, Sackboy. Um, anyway, today we're talking about fame, and not just in YouTube, but in general, is trying to be famous and where that can get you, and why there's such a big push for that, right? So this idea stemmed from an Arcade Fire song. If you don't know Arcade Fire, they're an indie. They're not really indie anymore. They're like alt rock. They're from Montreal, so they're Canadian, which is kind of cool. They made a song called Creature Comfort. Now this isn't one of their bigger songs, but it's a really amazing song. There's a line that says, "God, make me famous, but if you can't, just make it painless." And that really stuck with me because it I was driving my way home and I heard that, and it got me thinking. I was like, why is there such a big push to be famous? When you hear about all the people that have got famous from whether it be YouTube or something else, and they're not happy with it, or they stop doing whatever it is because they get overwhelmed. And really, it makes sense because when I thought about it, I was like, I have about 50 viewers consistently, and about 600 subscribers. And I'm cool with that because it takes the pressure off of my next video having to be this big hit, right? That's why I'm comfortable showing my face because about 50 people watch it, and I'm cool with not looking perfect. I hopped out of the shower about a half hour ago, so like my hair is all messed up. It's like all weird. I'm just wearing like my standard clothes, and my background's kind of a mess. But I'm cool with that because only 50 people are watching it, so like that's fine with me. But I think if I had, let's say, 500,000 people watching, I'd need to get done up. I need to like at least do my hair somewhat. I need to clean up the background. I'd have to be more presentable, you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what it boils down to is it's more pressure. So as much as everyone wants to be famous, they want to be a household name. Oftentimes they don't know the side effects that come with it, and that's what makes it hard, right? So, mentioning another song here, Damocles by Sleep Token. It's off their new album, and it was a really eye-opening song because it was sung by the perspective of not Vessel, but the singer behind it, right? If you don't know, Sleep Token's often told in stories, and they put on like a show and stuff. But this song was actually about the people behind that and the dude who's singing the songs. And basically, it went something along the lines of, when this is over, when people stop listening to us, who will I be? And how will I move on? And I thought that was really interesting, especially coming from a band that's all about like the sleep deity and these huge stories. This one song boiled it down to the man behind the mask and talking about, this can't last forever, and when this is over, what's he gonna have left? And especially in his case, because he's not showing his real identity, there might be nothing left if he tries to do something else. And so I part of me was also thinking because I was like, why am I doing YouTube, right? And I've talked about it before. I think it was in one of the Omega Spin Dev vlogs or one of the other videos where I'm just talking like this. And as much, I don't know if I want to be famous, you know? I like doing videos just for the sake of doing videos. And I have a core following of people that comment on my videos and support me. And they're great people because they support me for whatever I'm doing. And I'm happy with that, honestly. I'm cool with just having a few people and in a little tight knit community, right? In the last video I did just talking like this, I had one comment that was like, "Hey, first time viewer here, but I stayed because like it felt real, and and they said I should talk more and like make more of these videos." So here we go. I figured why not, right? Even if one person asks, might as well do it. I don't have that many requests, so here we are talking a bit more. And so that's what I mean, where I feel like it's good to have that personal connection. I can't do that when there's so many people. Now, I think fame is one of those things where it's in the eye of the beholder. No matter what, people always want to be famous. You know, you ask a lot of kids and they're like, "Yeah, I want to be a famous YouTuber." But the amount of effort to put into that, and you might not get the output that you want, right? So sometimes it's better to live a quiet life and just do it for the sake of doing it without looking for fame. I think oftentimes the lyrics "Make Me Famous" or "Make It Painless" really stick because we don't want pain, obviously, in life, but that's what helps us evolve. That's what makes us who we are. And if you're famous, it's much easier to deal with that in theory, right? Because of money or connections, but also you got a whole lot more eyes on you. And that's what I was trying to say, where if you're trying to deal with something, you don't want people knowing about it. People are probably going to know about it if you're famous, right? It's like paparazzi and all that stuff. And so if you can't be famous, because let's face it, no, not everyone's going to be famous, right? You want life to be painless so you can just kind of survive it. And that, I think, is also bad because you can't grow without pain. As sad as it is, you kind of have to face that fact, right? And you can't be either famous and painless or not famous and with pain. You know what I mean? No matter what, pain's going to be there. And it's just up to you to know how to deal with it and how to navigate it. So I think it's very... What's the saying? You look at it with rose-tinted glasses. You know what I mean? Where you think it'd be great to be famous and to have a huge following. While there might be upsides, there's also going to be plenty of downsides. And I think that's with anything. Whatever your hobby may be, maybe don't go into it trying to be famous and trying to do something huge with it. Maybe do it for the fun of doing it, or to improve your skills, or something along those lines. Maybe don't even go into it trying to make a living, because that takes the fun out of it, right? I think having connections with a few people is more important than being famous. And that's just my opinion. This entire thing is just my opinion, right? You might have a different one, and that's totally chill. I just think it was just an interesting thing I wanted to talk about here. Now, I think that'll be about it for this video. I prefer to keep them short and, like, you know, around 10 minutes or so, just because I find those are more digestible. So I think that'll be about it here. I kind of talked about all I wanted to talk about. So let me know what you think about fame and being famous. And yeah, listen to those songs. Now, it was Creature Comfort by Arcade Fire and Damocles by Sleep Token. Listen to those two, so you kind of get where I'm coming from here. They're both great songs, and I promise you won't be disappointed. So go check those out if you want to understand this a bit better. But yeah, that'll be about it for me. So in other news, I'm also trying to work on an Adventure Time game. I made a few videos about that, so we'll see where that goes. I haven't been doing too many gameplay videos because it's not they haven't been doing too well, but that's fine. It's whatever. I just haven't been enjoying them as much. I feel like it's kind of more difficult to do this style of videos while having gameplay, right? So I prefer having a face cam on and just kind of talking one-on-one, because I feel like it makes it more like I'm just a friend talking to you, right? And I think that's kind of cool. So let me know what you guys want. Do you want more videos like this? You want me to talk about certain topics? If you want, like, my wisdom, or I can give you that, just, like, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, I think that'll be about it. So you guys let me know what you thought of this video, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.